How's everybody doing? I'm going to take a look at this Borealis Sea Storm 2. I was very attracted to this watch because I'm a huge fan of the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. I think that's probably the best looking dive watch ever made, in my opinion. I know people love Rolex Submariners, and that's great. I prefer 50 Fathoms for a couple reasons. One, aesthetically, I like it better, and to me, it just looks like a more high-class piece. And Submariners can look nice, but I'm not into gold Submariners, two-tone Submariners. It's a sport watch, stainless steel. Just leave it that way. But I know people like different things, and that's why this hobby exists, because we all like different things, and there's a lot of manufacturers that get to make money because of that. But anyway, this watch, about 42 millimeters in diameter and about 50 millimeters lug to lug. It has a sapphire crystal. I'm not sure what the bezel material is made out of. It doesn't seem to have any scratches on it or anything. It seems durable. I enjoyed wearing this thing. The crown, the action on the watch, as far as the crown goes, it pops out. I'll turn it back a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to pop where you can see it nicely. It pops out with authority, which is a very positive feel. A little bit of crown wiggle, but a lot of watches have that. The winding of the watch, you can hear it. Gritty's not the word I'm looking for. It's kind of sticky feeling, if that makes sense. It's not grit like gritty. It's a constant, almost like it's sticking on something. I don't know what that is. My one Borealis that I have, I think is a great watch. It's very well loomed. This one is also well loomed. But well, I'll just get on to the bad aspect of this thing. Borealis had some quality problems with this particular run of watches. And I wanted to show people, I've tightened this little screw twice. It's come out twice. So it really needs some Loctite on it. And I was warned not to take the bracelet off and put it on a NATO strap. It's hard to see. Let's see if I can get in here. If you look real close, and it's probably hard to see on camera, the spring bars are bent. And I was talking to Rob. I said, I have a crap ton of these, 20 millimeter spring bars. You want me to throw one in? And Rob told me, no, it won't do any good, because it's just going to happen again. It was a design flaw, and they didn't catch it until after the fact. So I don't know if it's one of those things where I don't know if it's the lug holes themselves that aren't right. And it does, in fact, look like that is exactly the case. So there's no fixing that. I mean, even if you wanted to wear it on a NATO, it's still going to you're going to have a bent spring bar. The clasp of the watch is nice. It's normal. This is stamped. This is milled. And it's not, what I want to say. It doesn't feel, let me see. There's no click. It pushes in. If I can get by the microphone. There's a little bit of a click. That's the most click I've got out of this thing. It doesn't feel very positive. The second, your keeper here, that feels really good. I would never doubt that this watch is going to come off. It is a 20 millimeter bracelet, and it does taper to 18, which makes it is very comfortable to wear. It has good bracelet articulation. You're not going to fold these down on one another, but it's comfortable enough that I mean, there's no sharp edge feeling or anything when you wear it. My only concern is this. Again, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to screw it back in before it gets shipped off to its next destination. But if this were mine, I'd have to thread lock it. Actually, if it was mine, I would probably ended up sending it back because... No, never mind. Pin's out. Things that happen, not scripted, just going with it on video. Anyway, I really liked the watch up until that happened, and I was actually going to buy this watch until I started discussing with Rob. Kind of, you know, he's kind of basically told me the watch has a couple surprises in store, so keep your eyes open. And how I didn't lose this watch, I don't know. I was literally walking through Walmart, and I think it caught on my shirt, and I wasn't sure what was going on, and it was this screw. So I took it off and put it in my pocket, and when we came back home, I screwed the screw back in. So when this video is done, I'll be screwing the screw back in again. Like I said, my Portus Cale that I got, fantastic, awesome wristwatch by Borealis. I really want to like this watch. It's a 300 meter water resistance, automatic, good lume. I love the look of the watch. The size is good. The crown doesn't dig. Bracelet's comfortable. But bent spring bars and screws that continue to fall out. And I know people are going to say, well, I put Loctite on all mine. That's great. I've never had to put Loctite on a single one of my screw pin link watches ever. But I can also see where it's beneficial. But a watch like this for me wouldn't live on a bracelet very often anyway. It would live on a NATO or a Zulu strap. But with the bent spring bar, what do? It's a matter of time before that pops. The fit and finish of the case is nice, and how the bezel fits to the case is great, and the watch looks good, and the bezel action is really nice. It's a little stiff, but that's okay. There's no back play. I mean, I'm a liar. Let me get it back around again. I guess there's back play or no back play depending on what slot you put it in. So I guess that's another quality thing. I really wish I should have grabbed my other Borealis and brought it out here. Because my other one, and literally the watch is flawless, 4 o'clock crown, and like everything I love in a dive watch. This one, I really want to like the watch, and I like it. I like the watch if we had, if the lugs didn't have issues, and if this one particular screw wouldn't keep coming out. It does have a nice signed crown, and the machine work on it is really good, and the brushing is nice. And these little chamfered edges that kind of set it off, it's nice and it looks good, but the quality issues with this and the case, the bezel is what it is. I mean, there's watches that I've dealt with, Omegas, that have a little bit of back play in them, so that kind of is what it is. But I don't know. I had mixed feelings about it, and I think it's a really cool watch, and it has micro adjusts, and you can get it to fit just like you want, but if they would ever do another run of these, I would be very, very hesitant to buy one. To the point, I really don't think I would. I don't think I would, not knowing what I'm going to get at that point in time. So I'm usually not negative in my reviews per se. I usually have a couple negative points about every watch. Every watch has positives and negatives, but this particular example, and I guess it's not just this one, there's quite a few. It's just too bad, really. Like I said, it looks great. I think it's a beautiful watch. It's a very nice homage to the 50 Fathoms, but it is what it is. They can't all be perfect. Thanks for watching.